Unleash your potential. Unleash your potential. Reach for the stars. Electric dreams align. Show them who you are. Unleash your potential. Yo, 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 let's go. 1, 2, 3. Unleash and grow. Embrace the vibe, set it free, your potential unlocked, just believe. Psychedelic journeys, hearts aligned, step into the future, greatness redefined. Unleash your potential, set your dreams free. In a world of stars, become who you want to be. Stand tall in the storm, embrace the rain, ride the wave of success, break every chain.
Welcome to the Expanding Your Energy Field Activation.
Unleash your potential. Yo, 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 let's go. 1, 2, 3. Unleash and grow. Embrace the vibe. Set it free. Your potential unlocked. Just believe. Unleash your potential. Unleash your potential, reach for the stars, electric dreams align, show them who you are, unleash your potential. Yo, 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 let's go, 1, 2, 3, unleash and grow.
It is another morning, another day, another time, another opportunity. Yes, it is. To get ourselves motivated, bringing out the best version of ourselves because we've got the potential just to unleash, and the future is ours.
Psychedelic journeys, hearts aligned, step into the future, greatness redefined.
Good morning. It's good that we are together again. Yes. Thank you. Welcome to Kings 88.5 Weekend Motivational Talk. Unleash your potential. I'm Sam Andrews.
Ride the wave of success, break every chain. Unleash your potential. Yo, let's go. 1, 2, 3, unleash and grow. Embrace the vibe, set it free. Your potential unlocked. Just believe.
Good to see all of you, and everyone is good, I guess. Yes, I assume everyone is good. I can be emphatic and definitive, but I can assume everyone is okay and everyone is good. Everyone had a wonderful night last night, wasn't it? Yes, as evident by everyone alive at this time. It is a testimony, a great testimony, one of the million little miracles from God. Okay, so Good to see all of you people again. Let's, from the motivational side, motivate ourselves, coming out of ourselves, giving the best version of ourselves. We've got the potential to do that. There is no lack, absolutely. There is everything available. All we need to do is to unleash. The future isn't bleak. It only seems bleak, and it only gets bleak when we think that way. When we put on self-fulfilling prophecy called self-defect, then the future is blur. The future is unachievable. But the future by itself is achievable. Where it is in all of us, everyone. Look at yourself. You are that future. You are the version that you want. You are just everything. Don't look down upon yourself. Don't put on self-fulfilling prophecy. Don't get weary. Don't blame shift. Don't look on others as advancing in life and you aren't advancing. The reason you are not advancing because you are cursed. Don't think that way of yourself. No, just be upbeat in life. It's all that is required. God, who created all of us, he said the same thing. He said, be of good courage, be hopeful, motivate yourself, inspire yourself. So just everything it takes for you to advance from one level to another in you. It is not in the next person, it is in you. The next person advancement is just a motivation that if that person can, you can also. But that person's methodology that got him or her at that level, not the same methodology onto you. Everybody got the ability to think, but everybody can think the same way. Everybody got the ability to act, but everybody cannot act in the same direction. It's all because we are different with different vision, different version of ourselves. But the future is there for everyone to enter into. Let's do a quick recap of last week's lecture. Last week, we motivated ourselves when all hope seems lost. Wait, that was last week lecture, wasn't it? When all hope seems lost. Wait. And we share a couple of lines. When all hope seems lost, it is important to remember that feelings are often temporary and help, no doubt, will come your way. When all hope seems lost, you tend to feel discouraged. You soon reach the conclusion that you are cursed, the fact that others are advancing and you aren't. Life isn't going your way as you envision it. So you think that life is against you because all hope seems lost. But along the way, there is hope. Your focus should move from worrying to managing your present condition. That's what we said last week. Your focus, when all hope seems lost, should not be on worrying about it, crying over it, weeping against it, but try the best you can in your waiting to develop some kind of thinking which will help you to manage that condition. You do that by taking, as we said, small, manageable action. Small, manageable action. Small, manageable action. And it will help you against what seems lost or what is lost. Waiting, we said, is good. Waiting is good, not bad, nor does it mean you are giving up all hope. It only means that is the period for a sober reflection. That is a period to think out of the box and think hard to find a solution. Waiting is being hopeful. Waiting is being hopeful and getting you ready for your future. The only way it will not happen in your wait when you aren't thinking. One of the ways you can wait, we said, when all hope of a better future seems lost, is just waiting better by staying calm with your plan for a good future. I don't think there is any other thing other than what I have just said to you that you can do. Have a plan for what you can do while waiting when all hope seems lost. Have a plan. You never come out without a plan. And some of these recap lines we would see in what is before us this morning. You never get out when all hope seems lost, or when hope seems lost when you are doing nothing in your wait. We said last week, the period of wait is for reflection. It's not to sit supinely and weep, cry, worry, complain, take it to people who will complicate your problem further, but rather to have a plan, develop a plan by which you can figure out something. It was also shared with us last week, when all hope seems lost, except that some waiting is unavoidable, and use the time to present or practice mindfulness, the same thing. And then you move on to make a list of activities. Make a list of activities you can do to stay occupied, not with another person, not with a group of people, but with yourself, and brainstorm other options. These are things for a waiting period. Wait is not to sit supinely. If you ever understood that, well, you're not going to get your goal achieving. You're not going to come out. Your vision, if you ever had, will be a flimsy or illusion one. Waiting simply means not fully dependent on somebody to come along and take full responsibility, but the future is there. It is only for you to think. So when all hope seems lost, whatever the venture you are engaging into, whether business, academic, job, whatever you are pursuing, and it seems not to be working along the way, and you reach the conclusion that all hope is gradually fading, vision isn't working, time is running against you, no one than yourself. We also said last week, give your wait a time purpose. Give your wait a time purpose. Then set small, achievable goal to work toward, which can provide a sense of progress, which we will see in our lecture for today. Think of waiting as a chance to learn about yourself. Use it to learn about yourself. What that means is you want to be self-introspective. You want to examine yourself, whether you are the problem, or society is the problem, or society is just not responding readily, or you just not responding with the sense of soberness and urgency you ought to respond. And we said last week, you find this in our culture, in very many cultures all over the place individually. People tend to shift blame, especially in our culture, is very rare. In our culture, people tend not to do anything self-examination. Even when they are the problem, they wouldn't check to know whether they are the problem, why this isn't working. You see that in every sphere of life. They tend to shift blame, make excuses, and just avoid introspection. Introspection helps you. It gives you a whole new perspective of how you get out of the present into the future. Once you cannot do an introspection, you cannot examine yourself. You cannot. Moreover, it becomes a debilitating disease because you will live with it. Everywhere you go, anything is happening, you just start to shift blame. In the office, if it is in the office, you shift blame on people. If it is at the business center and the business isn't thriving as you want it, you will shift blame on people. That's when you hear some people at the business center accuse the person who is selling, say him or her, that person is using medicine, that person is making medicine. And then the next day, you see the person comes to the business center with salt or something and sprinkling it around. But that person or those persons side, that business person, they are not the problem. The reason that person business isn't thriving is because the person refuses to do an introspection. Either the goods are not at the prices of the goods are too high, or the person just don't know how to attract customers. Because when you in a crowded, a condensed business center, a center where many people are selling, and sometimes the goods are similar or same, it boils down to persuasion. It boils down to humility. It boils down to the kind of words that you use. Now take a picture. Those of you who are listening to us, you're in Red Light, you're in Waterside, you're in Douala, wherever. What you see some people do, if the products are the same or similar and customers are pouring in, they want their business to go. So what they do, they persuade that person. You'll find the lady joking with that person. She will use words like this: "Oh, you're so nice. Welcome. Thank you for the suit. I like the suit you have on. What can I do for you? You look so nice today." Now she's saying all of those, not necessarily that she wants that man as a lover, but she's just being psychological because she needs that money. She came to have the goods sold. And if she must have the goods sold, she has to be persuasive. If she can, the next person who is on the other side might likely attract that customer, and the person will go there and she loses that amount. So you see it all over. Sometimes you hear the man say, "Oh, okay, I will give you it for this price. I will give you. I prefer to operate at a loss. I will give you it." Not necessarily he's going to operate or he wants to operate at a loss completely, but he thinks that he got to make some sacrifice so that that money comes. And the next time that customer will come to him, and the next time the customer will encourage another person and say, "Oh, look, go Waterside, go to so and so place. You see so and so. This man is called so and so. Go there. He's reasonable. His goods are good, and you can buy it." So it will be all about persuasion. Some people think when they come out, everything should just work in their favor in a twinkling of an eye. Just as they want, it happens. And it doesn't work that way in life. When you find yourself in a crowded place, and you think all hope is lost, that people aren't attending to you, they're not going into your store, into your shop, they're not coming to your products, don't shift blame on anybody. Just try, do an introspection, examine yourself. What is it that I'm not doing to attract people, buyers? What do I need to do? As you think that way, you're going to have some kind of solution coming your way. Hmm? In the office where we are, we think. We think. When it seems this way, then we're thinking. We're using that waiting period, we think. So we go to the boss and say, oh, chief, this is an idea. I think this idea is good. And then the boss will say, okay, let's experiment it. Into that experimentation, we have solution. So you never come out of any situation when all hope seems lost, when there isn't any introspection. You have to introspect. You have to examine yourself. And then to conclude on this recap, do not dwell on the past, we said. Do not dwell on the past. Yesterday was yesterday and it was Friday. Everything that happened yesterday, they finished. You can bring those things into today. And that gives many people problem because they take the past into the present. The reason we have today is to start something new. That's why we have a new day called Saturday. Everything that happened yesterday, we can bring it into today. So if we failed yesterday, if we didn't apply yesterday, must we fail today? Must we not apply today? Don't dwell on the past. Neither must you worry about a bleak future that it is not going to happen today. No. All you have to do, here is it. Think about the here and now. That's all you got to do. Think about the here and now. And then treat yourself with kindness. Don't be too raw of yourself. Don't be overreactive of yourself. Don't look at yourself and just say things, say words, use words. No, be kind of yourself. Kindness simply means that you trust yourself, you love yourself, and you know that you can bring the best version of yourself when all hope seems lost. And understand that you offer a good piece of advice to yourself. Lastly, on the recap, it's okay to have tough days. Oh, yes, it's okay to have tough days. Don't feign of tough days. Some of the tough days are just a challenge to get you motivated. It's good. Sometimes, not all of the time, but sometimes it's good to have tough days, tough weeks, and they strengthen you for the future. Now, with that recap, let's move on to our lecture, our talk for today. If you just join us, this is King's 88.5 weekend motivational talk called Unleash Your Potential. The potential is the ability that God has placed into all of us. There isn't a person on the earth who does not have the ability. Everyone has the ability. There isn't any person who is short of anything that he needs to have. Everyone has it. Every person. And interestingly, it is imputed in a way that no two persons have the same ability. And no two persons can have the same vision. What a unique imputation. Everybody, not a single person on earth is lacking the ability. Why the ability? It is for you to unleash. What is the future? The unleashing. You got the future in you. In one of our lectures, we said that the future is not a specific place. It's not a warehouse with all of the goods, everything that you need. The future is unleashing the potential, and you will earn. When you earn, you can decide, you can make projection, and you have a future. But unless that can happen, no. We also said in one of those lectures that life has all of the opportunities, everything there is of future to have, but it never happens. You never experience it when you cannot unleash the potential, the ability within you. It all starts from the mind. The mind. Let's now turn to our lecture for today, making the best out of a difficult situation. Everyone faces some problems one way or the other because we are different and the situations we are faced with are different. Everybody not the same. Presently, some people are going through terrible times. They can cope with what is happening. Some of the situation just befall them suddenly, take them by surprise. Just different. Just different. Life isn't scientific. No, life isn't scientific, but difficult events come suddenly. No one plans for it. No one wishes that it happens, but it falls. So when we are confronted by it, or when it confronts us, then we need to find a way to get out. Let's assume you have or you're in a difficult situation and you need to come out of it with nobody helping you. Assume, let's pause for a moment. Let's just be a bit hypothetical here. Put yourself in a difficult situation and you need to come out, and there's nobody who is going to help you to get out. Imagine yourself being in such a situation. The nature of it for you to determine, not me. But we assume that the situation is difficult. It's pressing against us. What do we do? No one is coming to help. But you have to get out. I have to get out. How do you get out? How do I get out with nobody helping? I'm waiting. How do you get out? Assume you are in a terrible situation. You are faced with a difficult situation and you need to get out. Interestingly, no one is coming to help you to get out. And you need not depend on anybody to help you because nobody is willing to help you. How do you come out of that situation? Put it into anything that you think you can put it to: business, work, school, relationship, whatever. Well, I think I have some ideas how you can get out. Assume you are in such a situation, a difficult situation. In there where we are now, we are in a difficult situation. Let's take it that way. At this point, you are between. At this point, please know, you are between the rock and the hard place. And it all boils down to decision making. It doesn't boil down to crying, weeping, complaining, blame shifting, crying, taking it from one friend to another. No, it boils down to decision. Not just any decision I'm talking about when I say decision. Not just any decision, but well thought out decision. Analyze decision. Well figure out decision that will bring you out of that situation. And then you can look back over your life with the decision that you've made, and you can say, yes, 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 I got it, I made it. Yeah, but few ways. When you are in a difficult situation, it is required unto you and nobody else to get out. Because nobody is in there with you. You are the one who in it. Imagine. No one is in a situation with you other than yourself. And you are the only person who is required to make a decision to come out of that difficult situation. The first thing you need to do when you are in a difficult situation, when difficult situation confronts you, and to take the line from last week lecture, when all hope seems lost and you're in that difficult situation, it's pressing against you, it's pressing on you and against you, hear what you do. It's hard. I say it's hard because the situation not the same. Mine may not be yours. Yours may not be the next person. Neither the next person, another person's problem. But hear what you do. Stay calm and compose. Stay calm and compose yourself. That's the first thing. In any situation you are confronted with, you are faced with, whether on your school campus, you just can't understand how things are going with you academically, at your business, you can understand why the business isn't thriving, at your office, why things are the way they are, in your relationship, be it cohabitation or marriage. You just only need to stay calm and composed. It is only when you can position yourself by staying calm and have control over your psychology or yourself, then you are ready. As you stay calm and composed, avoid getting angry. Avoid getting angry, which really helps. Avoid getting angry. I don't know whether that really helps. It doesn't help. When you're in a difficult situation, don't get angry. When you reach the point of getting angry, you have turned that situation, difficult situation, into two. It's what the Englishman calls complication. You're in a difficult situation. You're finding a solution to get out. When you begin to worry, you blur, you erode, you blindfold yourself of any idea to get out. What will happen now? Emotion, vexation, anger, temper tantrum will set in. And solution will be around you, but you would not see it because you refuse to stay calm and compose yourself, you allow anger, vexation, emotion, all to set in. Stay calm and composed. Avoid getting angry when you are in a difficult situation. It really helps. I don't know whether that ever helped. Don't get angry that you are in a difficult time or you are faced with a difficult situation or difficult situation confronts you. No, it may not be your fault, but you find yourself in it. Another thing you need to do as you stay calm, focus on what you can control. Focus on what you can control. And this is how you do that. You create a plan and you take action. Create a plan when you're in a difficult situation. Listen, there's always a plan. There is no difficult situation without a plan. Every difficult situation got a plan. There is something there that is going to bring you out of that difficult situation and give you the best version of yourself. You wouldn't know the best version of yourself when you are angry at yourself, you are mad at yourself, you put emotion into it, you get everything complicated. It's when you hear some people say, I can't understand what is happening. Oh, they're just complaining, just ranting, remonstrating against themselves, just all kinds of stuff. Like they are going mad or want to go mad, as if solution isn't available. Whenever you find yourself in that situation, solution is right with you, but you refuse to stay calm, to compose yourself, to think right, and then worrying cloud everything. Just like I said last week, people, in last week lecture, worry change nothing. Worry change nothing, but blur your thinking and make matter worse. See it as a challenge and not a curse on you. Don't ignore or push away how you feel. You're in it already. You're already in it. There's nothing you can do. If you ever do something, it's what I'm telling you. Don't ignore or push away how you feel. When we are in a difficult situation, well, that's it. That's how we feel. We're in it. So it's incumbent upon us not to find a solution to take away the undesirable feeling for a desirable future. And it doesn't work with anybody. Nobody works alone and says, Sam Andrews, we're going to help you guys out. We have to do that. And there is something available by which, if anybody will help us, we must first identify. And that's why you have to stay calm and stay composed. Give yourself time to process. Give yourself time to process your thought on finding solution. When you are in a terrible situation, whatever it is, relationship, schooling, business, office job, whatever, friendship, organization, whatever you find yourself in, and it's just not responding, the odds are against you. Give yourself time to process your thought on finding solution. Don't cry, don't worry, don't complain, don't wrestle against yourself. Don't cry, don't worry, don't complain, don't get angry, don't impute emotion into it, and don't wrestle against yourself. No, don't. Give yourself time to process your thought on finding solution. Also, don't dwell on past. Don't dwell on the past. Don't dwell on the past. That this is the reason I'm in this, And you hear people say that. And sometimes it is not true. But because they've just eroded themselves of staying calm and thinking right, so they tend to dwell on the past. Don't dwell on the past. Don't put yourself, don't put on any self-defect thinking. Don't put on any self-defect thinking when you are in a difficult situation. Don't put on any self-defect thinking. It will turn into self-fulfilling prophecy. Self-fulfilling prophecy is what you think of yourself and you pursue it. It's always in the negative. Self-fulfilling prophecy is always in the negative, and it comes mainly with fear, not wanting to do, just resigning to the fact that it's not possible. So it becomes a prophecy. You self-fulfill it. Don't dwell on the past. Don't put on any self-defect thinking. STD is when you say, I can't make it. That situation is difficult. I can't get out. I don't think I can get out of it. That's self-fulfilling prophecy. That's self-defect. You already put yourself in the position of not acting, and you're not going to act. And nothing going to happen for you when you can. Another thing, put on strong mindset of possibility as you stay calm. Put on strong mindset of possibility. Just resign within yourself that I'm in this difficult situation, certainly, but I am going to come out. Be positive. Be hopeful. That's the kind of spirit you need to put within yourself. And that will change your outer spirit. Spending time on what you cannot change, spending time on what you cannot change when you're in a difficult situation is a waste of time and effort. A waste of time. So yeah, what you do, leave it and move on to something else. Leave it and move on to something else. When you spend time on what you cannot change, it's a waste of time and effort. The only solution I can provide for you in such is leave it and move on to something else. Probably the next one could be the solution. Know that finding solution to a difficult situation, finding solution to any difficult situation, it's not automatic. It's not sudden. It is not a rapture. Finding solution to any difficult situation you are faced with or that is facing you is not automatic. The solution is not automatic. It's not going to come simply because you are angry, you are vexed, you put in emotion, you're wrestling against yourself, you're saying all manner of things, you're yelling all over the place. No, solution will not come that way. You're only increasing your psychological problem. Along the way, if you aren't strong, you will go off. As we've seen over the time with some people. And if you're not careful, or if care is not properly taken, you die. Yes. Finding solution in a difficult situation is not automatic. It's not sudden. It is not a rapture. It will not come suddenly. And let me impute it. Know this, people. The reason we have problem because there is solution. That's the reason we have problem. That's the reason we have challenge. That's the reason we have all of those things, because there is solution. And if there is a solution, or there are solutions, then there's no need to be worrying. We only need to apply, regulate our mind, and then we will solve the problem, or we get out of the problem. Notice that finding solution is within you, not in the next person. It's within you. You can come out of what you are faced with or what is confronting you when you lack patience. You can come out. Patience is a key ingredient. When you are confronted with a difficult situation, or a situation is confronting you, the wall is weighing against you, and time is pressing against you, and you just can't see exactly how it ought to be solved, patience comes along and say, you need me. You need me. Those were few pieces of advice. Stay calm and composed. Here's another thing you need to do. When you are confronted with a difficult situation, you can understand how your relationship is going, be it cohabitation or marriage. You can understand how things are at your office. You can understand how your business isn't moving as the way you want. Things just bad or just difficult. The business is going down instead of coming up, and on, all of those things we see around us. Hear what you do. Seek the right advice from the right person, not just anybody. That's the next thing. The first, stay calm and composed. The second, seek the right advice from the right person, not just anybody, when you are in a difficult situation. When faced with difficult time, you want to go out, people. You want to go out. Go to a trusted person, not just anybody, and explain your problem. Remember now, no man is an island. The world is such that everybody needs everybody, but everybody would not help everybody when somebody isn't going to a trusted person. When you are faced with a difficult situation, when the wall is weighing against you, when time isn't in your favor, when life just seems unpredictable, undesirable, you move to a trusted person and not just anybody. Too many people in the world and in our culture particularly will take their problems as they are in a difficult situation to just every friend they have. If the lady got 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 friends in that community, those 7 friends will know about her problem. And all of them will give their version of advice. At the close of the day, she is confused which one to take, which is the right. There is always a person of an expert opinion. That person is referred to as trusted person. When you are in a difficult situation, you are confronted with a difficult situation is confronting you, don't take it to just anybody. It will only get complicated by the day. Your problem will increase. Solution will be far from finding. At the end of the day, you will be worrying and worrying and crying and just weeping. And if proper care is not, or some kind of divine intervention doesn't come, you might just have yourself experiencing something unwarranted. Let me share with you, there are several characters who had difficult situation. It was terrible. It was some unprecedented, meaning very difficult, that people will look at and say, oh, no, we can. And they will say, no, it better let me die. You hear people say that today. I'm tired of this thing. I've been in this thing for long. It's too terrible for me. I can't understand. I just want God to take my life. Let me die. Let everything finish. But there is a solution right there. But because he has never stayed calm and composed, have never used the waiting time to think and think real good, that solution will come. So you just resign to worrying. That's why God himself, it is against this backdrop, what I'm explaining to you, that God said, can. He asked a question. That question wasn't rhetorical. It was a strict jacket question from a purely psychological standpoint, not spiritual. He asked, can the many worried add a single stature to your life? Meaning, as you worry, do you have the ability to increase your stature? You're looking at me. Those of you on the screen, you're looking at me, right? What he's simply saying, just as if I continue to worry, can I take my height to another level? Can I, with the worry, or can the worry take my height to another level? That's why he used the word stature, which means length. Too many people in a difficult situation worried, right? They think by worrying and crying and weeping. We know sometimes the situation is hard. But listen, this is where the mind comes in. That's why it says stay calm and composed. And then, as we wind down, use a trusted friend. There's always a trusted friend. There's always. Let's use this character, and then we are out for today's lecture. Unleash Your Potential, Kings 88.5 Weekend Motivational Talk. Here is our example. I couldn't have picked any person best suited for this situation than a lady. Why? Because I may not be 100% true. I may not be absolute, and don't take my position as absolute truth. Probably it could just be an estimation or a presumption. Most women, they find it difficult to come out of difficult situation. They find it hard. They cry a lot, they weep a lot, and all of those things. I do not know your situation. You may have your ratio, or mine may not be true. It could be the male, but everybody worries. Everybody who finds himself or herself in a difficult situation worries. But I have had a real experience with most women. They cry, they weep, they impute emotion, they wrestle against themselves, they put on temper tantrum. They just, sometimes they go, no. And when they have done that, after a while, their psychology is reconfigured, then they start to think They start to think and start regretting. What they should have done first is what they'll do last. I thought this character is the right character because she was between the rock and the hard place. Time was pressing against her. Here is a lady who finds herself in such a situation. She needed solution to come out of what she was faced with. Not only that, time was running against her. She needed to make a decision that would not only take her out of such a terrible time, but will restore her life, giving her a whole new life. Her husband credited money, 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 to get their life going because of the situation they were in. He felt by taking credit or taking loan or crediting money, like people do today, will help solve, if not the whole, but part of the problem. With the passage of time, he died. He died, leaving behind huge debt unto the woman to pay. Put yourself in this woman's situation. And I am convinced some people in our culture today have this. They experience this. The creditors needed not only their money back, but the interest that went with it, the interest that went with the credit, just as people put interest on money today. And if you can pay every day, the interest goes up. In such a difficult time, time, T-I-M-E, time wasn't sympathizing and empathizing with her. No. Now she needed to make the best. She needed to give the best version of herself. She alone was in the situation. Husband gone, nobody, she alone. The creditors need their money with the interest. Time is against her. Time not sympathizing, not empathizing her, against her. What did she do? She stayed calm. She kept her composure to figure out a plan. She did not go around crying and weeping. She did not go around telling everybody, all her friends. No, not at all. She sought the advice of a trusted friend. She sought the advice of a trusted friend in Elisha by taking it to him to get pieces of advice so that she come out of such a terrible time. Now, after explaining her problem to the right man, the trusted friend, not just anybody, after explaining her difficult problem to the trusted friend, the expert, for an expert opinion, what did she get? He told her what she must do, what she needed to do if she must come out. She listened to him without interrupting him. She showed no sign of crying before him. She wasn't rolling on the floor like some women would do today. She wasn't leaving his presence and going to the window and crying, going to the back way. She composed herself She listened to him. And why was she doing all of that? Why did she have a real control of her psychology? Because any mistake, she would not have gotten what she wanted to get out of the situation. With time pressing against her, she listened to him keenly and intently. At the close of the day, she heeded the pieces of advice and did exactly as he instructed her. She was scientific with the execution of the instruction. At the close of the day, what happened? She paid the debt. Not only that, she got her life back normal. Not only that, peace, joy settled in, and every other thing became a history. This lady is found in 2 Kings 4:17. Good story for, good example for you women. Good example for you women. So as we conclude, here is the conclusion. You can make the best of a difficult situation. You can get the best version of yourself unless you can reach out for help. You in it. You have to come out. When you figure out by staying calm and composed, not worrying, not crying, weeping, not wrestling against yourself, but being courageous within yourself with the understanding that, yes, it is possible. Solution, it's possible. And you begin to think the how for the solution. You will have an idea coming. That's what happened in this lady's situation. She kept her composure. She stayed calm. She didn't worry, even though it was a terrible situation. But she felt it would have been unnecessary to cry, weep, because she would have been revolving in the same place, just standing around, just like some men and some women. They just standing around in a room or in a living room crying, weeping. She was faced with a terrible, unprecedented situation, and time wasn't in her favor. Time wasn't empathizing and sympathizing with her. Certainly not. And she figured out something and said, I must take this to a trusted friend. And she did. And the trusted friend gave her pieces of advice. And she was scientific with the execution. She did it just as he laid the pieces of advice out. You won't get out if you can compose yourself. She couldn't have done it all by herself. No, she couldn't have done it all by herself. She made the best by giving the best version of herself to come out, by thinking right, taking it to the experienced, matured, exposed man. That's what you do. Not how. Don't worry. Don't complain. Whatever you face with, whether your relationship isn't working well, just stay calm. Compose yourself. Start to think. You will find a solution. If need be, to move to a friend, don't take it to just anybody. Take it to a trusted friend. Your office, your business, whatever the problem you are confronted with in life, stay calm, stay composed, worry not, weep not, put in no emotion, set aside temper tantrum, nor must you wrestle against yourself. She didn't wrestle against herself. She didn't worry. She didn't cry. She sought solution. At the close of the day, an idea came and said, let me go to this trusted friend. And as she went, she got the pieces of advice. She executed the pieces of advice and she was restored. That's what it is. Thank you for being with us. This is Unleash Your Potential, Kings 88.5 Weekend Talk on Saturday. I'm Sam Andrews. If God permits, we're back next week. Thank you. Have a nice time. Take good care of yourself. Believe in yourself. Worry not about anything, but above all, when you have a problem, think, stay calm, stay composed. When the need be to take it to a trusted friend, do. We're back next week.
Unleash your potential. Unleash your potential, reach for the stars, electric dreams align, show them who you are, unleash your potential. Yo, 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 let's go. 1, 2, 3, unleash and grow.